Okay, so this is the newer version. What's
That's
today?
right.
Sunday the 4th of October.
And while the
Right.
screen still needs a little cleaning up and tidying up before we actually demonstrate anything, this is just a functional demonstration. And at this point, I've gotten quite a bit farther as far as the basic database strategy, how to set it up. But I have a number of bugs that I need to work
All right,
out.
let's see action on the screen here.
Okay, and I haven't quite got...
So we got different strips there, right?
That's right.
All right, so wait, let me get a close-up of this first strip.
Okay. Now these two strips, they just start off, there's 6 strips total, and I'll just run through them. So you can see that they're just a number of different strips, and at this point every strip just is a different image. It's the same static image throughout, actually 60 frames, but you'll notice
you can move along,
as you move along, each one has a vector at a different angle, just so that you know that you're there. And at this point, if we look down here where the cursor is,
Okay, wait, I'm zoomed up. Where's your cursor?
okay, it's down here near the shock. You'll see that initially all I put is a strip and a frame number. I'll change that.
Let me get close up here. All right, I'll change that to time code, right?
To a time code and put it down here in the right-hand corner, so it's very obvious. And there will be an icon to select whether or not you want the time code visible or not at any one point.
Right.
So.
All right, now you can make either view line view different pictures.
That's right.
Let's see all 6 sets of pictures here.
Again.
What?
Okay. First one.
Right.
Second strip.
Right.
Third strip.
Right.
Fourth strip. Fifth strip. And the 6th strip.
And now these are 128 by 96 by 8-bit images.
That's right.
Okay.
Would you like to see them all? I can pop them all up on the screen all simultaneously.
Okay, let's see the whole thing of. These are the strips, and
this is just one small section of the database.
Okay, now and they go all the way to the right.
That's right.
They go sort of infinitely to the right. Well, 60 frames worth.
That's right. There's 60 frames worth, and I can easily increase that.
All right, and now these lines on the mandrel, those are those increase to the right.
That's right.
Right. Okay. All right, and wait, I'm gonna get close up. All right.
I should have 360 frames.
Okay, so that's the mandrel at 128 by 96 by 8 bits. Here's the famous shaver. Now, Rick, you smooth sampled. You didn't subsample these things.
No. This is all smooth sampled. It probably took 30 seconds to subsample or smooth sample them down.
Each frame, though.
That's right, from True Color.
From True Color, and what resolution?
120. Well, I mean, this is a very large. It's a 4 megabyte file of 3,000 in the X by what is about 600, 700 in the Y. So it's a large bitmap that was subsampled down about 4K by 800, 700.
Okay. All right, so those are your strips. Now, in the actual production thing, we're going to have zillions of these.
Zillions and zillions.
I'm looking at optical drives, by the way.
Okay.
How do you get
Here in this area here, as an example, there's going to be a number of icons that will be added. One which will allow you to show the time stamp.
Right.
Is that what we call it? Time
code.
Time code again. There will be 1 or 2 others I'll probably put in.
Skip rate and stuff.
Well, you don't skip rate there. There's no skip rate. I'm not sure if I'll put it in there for the demo. That's just adding a lot of little teeny work. But I might add a delete section up front so that each one of these areas will have the ability to turn the time codes on in the current strip that's on.
Right.
And
to cut out some extraneous junk.
And to cut out
in the
extraneous junk.
Strip.
And there will also be the same capability down here.
Okay, now show me how you edit a little bit here.
Well, let me just talk up here. Let's look at these. All these icons go away. Those are junk icons that I need right now. They may become very small. Right in this area here, this square area around the screen preview, we're going to put in the ability to animate forwards or animate backwards.
Preview forward, backwards.
Preview forwards and preview the edit decision list backwards.
Right.
To print out the edit decision list.
Right.
And for a skip rate change.
Oh, by the way, as far as printing out, one of the things you want to do is print a storyboard, where you actually print the images.
Okay, well someday we'll print a storyboard of images.
Right.
Actually, it wouldn't be too tough to put it into a bitmap and then send it to Tektronix.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah.
Anyhow, let's talk about editing right now. It's very simple. You can bring up you point to an image, as I did here. Right now, the interface is the left mouse button determines a cut-in point.
Right.
I can change the cut-in point very simply just by pointing to another frame, and it immediately cancels out the other one.
Right.
The middle mouse button will pick the cutout point. And
Right.
you can easily change that as well. And then what you can do is point down, and on the first edit, it just adds it to this list. So then we see it's copied
Okay,
down.
so now the bottom is the edited material.
And if you notice, it got it right where the frame number 50 to 52 is what I cut out up here. It got that right.
Right.
Images all look alike at this point, unfortunately.
Right, but you can see the numbers are there. Okay.
And then the idea is to be able to go, and you should be able to pick some very different objects.
Right.
And be able to determine a cut point anywhere in here, either at the end, at the beginning, or whatever. At this
Right.
point, we'll just pick a point. And although I have a bug so that it didn't add it right, if you'll
You
notice
scroll-
that
yeah.
the number of entries in my scroll bar has changed, and as I scroll along, it sort of has some idea that there are a number of images in there, but I'm not parsing the list right and displaying it so
Yeah,
that...
okay, so you just got a little bug there.
Yeah, I've got a little bug, and it's really too bad. Once
Right.
that list is done, the preview is very easy to do because
Right.
we've already determined we can do that in real time.
And you're changing your scroll line there based on how long your strip is.
That's right. So let
Right.
me add a few more here. We'll add 3 more, and we'll put them in there. Notice now you have a final granularity here on
Okay,
the scroll.
yeah.
And in fact, and I have another...
Yeah,
it's
stick the
another bug.
mandrel in there.
I can't. Well, I don't know if I can. He doesn't show he can. Let's try putting him in. No, he's not working.
All right.
Sorry, Bill.
Okay. All right, how about the other guy?
And if things are working right, I should, well, let me go back to these guys. It's a little visually a little better. And go back to the screen zero.
Now,
Now,
you remembered that you had an edit in point,
that's right.
that circle?
It'll always remember that. So I can change from one, and if I change back, it knows that I'm still at that edit
Beautiful,
point.
beautiful. And so
And-
you can change it if you want.
That's right. And there's nothing to stop me from having the 2 strips, or 2 input areas, looking at the same strip. And of course, they simultaneously will update if you make any changes to the 2.
Okay, right. But you might scroll one differently than the other.
And in fact, I can scroll this one off, and as I scroll it back on, whoops, I come back. There's another bug where it's not
Yeah.
quite. They're not synchronized right. I think I know what the problem is, but
All right, that's simple enough.
But they should be. You should be able to scroll around, and in fact, this one here is on frame 2. You'll notice when I go back and find frame 2, it does update on that one correctly. So I should be able to take look at the same strip and essentially have the 2 input areas look as one longer input area.
Right, right.
this-
So you can look at the front and the end, the beginning and the end. That is very nice.
And then I should be able to
Okay.
get them in there.
All right.
But nothing's
So
working
put up
right.
some different pictures there. Just scroll around your view lines or your strips.
Oh God!
just
Now
for
I
effect.
just lost my cursor.
Oh, okay.